I never thought the words, "You're getting a new roommate," would turn my life upside down. But when the door opened and he walked in, my stomach dropped faster than my grades after finals. Yup, my new roommate was none other than Ryan Taylor, my childhood best friend turned absolute nemesis. You know, the type of guy who makes teachers laugh at his jokes while I'm still trying to figure out what's funny. By the way, before I spill all the awkward chaos that went down living with this guy, hit that like and subscribe button, because trust me, if you've ever had a crush you absolutely couldn't stand, you're gonna relate to this. Now here's the kicker. Ryan used to be my best friend in elementary school. We were inseparable until middle school when he got popular and I got braces and acne. So yeah, we weren't exactly on speaking terms, which made it totally fine that my mom decided to surprise adopt him into my room. Thanks, Mom. Really appreciate that. And the worst part? He looked different now. Taller, sharper jawline, eyes that kinda sparkled. Not that I noticed. Okay, maybe I noticed. Ugh. First night, I was trying to act chill, like, whatever, he's just some guy. But Ryan waltzes in shirtless after his shower. Like, excuse me? This isn't a TikTok thirst trap, sir. And then, the bed situation happened. We only had one bunk bed. And guess who immediately called dibs on the top? Fine, whatever. But halfway through the night, Ryan's blanket fell down. Right on my face. I swear I almost died of suffocation. Or maybe embarrassment. By morning, I was running on 3 hours of sleep and pure rage. Except when I woke up, Ryan was already downstairs, charming my mom like he was auditioning for Favorite Son of the Year. And then it hit me. If we were gonna live together, this wasn't just survival anymore. This was war. Operation Annoy Ryan began immediately. I hid the TV remote. I put toothpaste on his Oreos. I even swapped his shampoo for red hair dye conditioner, which, okay, that one backfired. Because instead of freaking out, Ryan just walked out with faintly red streaks, and suddenly, everyone thought he was some kind of trendsetter. Ugh, typical. But here's the thing. I couldn't figure him out. One minute he was driving me insane, the next he was helping me carry my art project to class because it was too heavy. Like, pick a side, dude. And don't even get me started on the fact that my best friend, my actual best friend Matt, was fully convinced Ryan was secretly nice. Traitor. Things only got worse when gym class rolled around. Partner dodgeball. And of course, coach paired me with Ryan. Because apparently, the universe loves torturing me. At first I thought we'd crash and burn, but then Ryan actually covered for me. Like literally threw himself in front of a ball to save me. Who does that? Afterwards, I told him I didn't need saving, but inside, my heart was doing cartwheels like it was auditioning for the Olympics. By the end of that week, I realized something terrifying. This wasn't just war anymore. Nope, this was full-blown roommate crush crisis mode. I mean, how do you live with someone you kinda hate, but also maybe like? Spoiler, you don't. You just slowly lose your mind. And just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Ryan casually asked me to go with him to a party that weekend. Yeah, a party. With him. My mortal enemy / secret crush. Great. And of course I said yes. Because apparently, I love chaos. Or maybe, I just really wanted to know what it'd be like to be seen with him outside our room. Big mistake? We'll see. Saturday night rolled around, and suddenly I was standing in front of my closet like it was the Hunger Games. What do you even wear when your crush / enemy invites you to a party? Casual, cool, or full-on, I swear I don't care, but please notice me? Ryan, of course, walked in looking like he'd stepped out of a teen drama poster. Perfect hair, perfect shirt, perfect everything. Meanwhile, I looked like a rejected background character. On the way there, I was overthinking everything. Like, what if people assumed we came together? And why did my brain sound kinda happy about that thought? The party was wild. Music blasting, people dancing, way too many red cups. And me? I stuck by the snack table like it was a safe zone. But then Ryan pulled me into the crowd like it was no big deal. One second I was mid-chip, the next I was basically in a mosh pit. I tried to dance, but let's be honest, I looked like a malfunctioning robot. Meanwhile, Ryan, he was just effortlessly cool, obviously. Suddenly, some random guy shoved me while dancing, and before I could say anything, Ryan literally stepped in front of me. Protective mode activated. And just when I thought things couldn't get more awkward, Ryan leaned in close and said, "You okay?" With that voice. You know the one. Of course, I ruined the moment by choking on my soda and coughing so loud the DJ actually looked at me. Smooth. Real smooth. Later, when things calmed down, I found myself outside on the porch, trying to breathe again. And then, yep, you guessed it, Ryan followed me. He sat down next to me, close. Too close. And out of nowhere, he said, "I missed this. Hanging out with you." Excuse me? Did I just glitch, or did he actually say that? Look, I'm not saying I froze like a deer in headlights, but yeah, I totally did. By the way, if you're still watching, hit that like button because this is where things got really complicated and you're not going to want to miss it. I finally managed to mumble something like, yeah, same, which sounded less like feelings and more like a bad robot impression. Before I could dig myself deeper into awkwardness, Ryan's friends suddenly called him back inside. And just like that, moment ruined. But here's the thing. I couldn't stop thinking about what he said. I missed this. Like, what did he mean? Missed me? Us? The old days? Or something more? The following week, living with him became complicated. Because suddenly, every little thing he did felt like it meant something. Like when he shared his fries with me at lunch. Who shares fries? Or when he casually draped his hoodie over me when I complained I was cold, like, hello? Am I in a Netflix romance, or is he just evil? Meanwhile, Matt, the so-called best friend, kept wiggling his eyebrows every time Ryan was around. Not helpful, Matt. Not helpful at all. One night, Ryan walked in while I was sketching in my notebook. He actually asked to see my drawings. Normally, I'd say no, but he looked genuinely interested. So I showed him one. And instead of laughing, he just stared at it for a long time before saying, "You're actually really good." My brain short-circuited. And then, oh no, it got worse, because he looked at me, dead serious, and said, "I'm glad we're roommates." My heart? Gone. Absolutely gone. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a crush anymore. I was falling, hard, for the one person I swore I couldn't stand. And somehow, he was making it impossible not to. Things with Ryan were getting dangerously comfortable. Like, we were almost acting like friends again. Except every time he smiled at me, my brain short-circuited like a broken Wi-Fi router. But then came the biggest test of all. Ryan invited me to his basketball game. Yeah, a whole gym full of screaming fans. And me, sitting in the bleachers like a nervous cheerleader without pom-poms. I was low-key proud watching him play. Until I realized I was staring way too long. And, oh great, Matt noticed. He whispered, "Dude, stop making hard eyes. You're not subtle." Then suddenly, Ryan glanced at the stands, right at me. And I swear for a second, he smiled. At me, mid-game. Do you know how illegal that feels? After the game, he literally dragged me onto the court to celebrate with the team. Which was fine until everyone started chanting, "Roommates, roommates." Like, hello? Subtlety? Later that night, while everyone else was celebrating, Ryan and I walked home together. Just us. The street was quiet, and my heart was doing backflips like Simone Biles. Out of nowhere, he said, "Remember when we used to build blanket forts as kids?" And suddenly, I was 10 again, laughing in a living room fort with him. Why'd he have to bring that up? He looked at me seriously and said, "I never wanted us to stop being friends." And all I could think was, oh no, he's gonna break my heart without even knowing it. The next week, my feelings were spiraling out of control. I mean, how do you confess to your roommate slash nemesis slash best friend? There's literally no YouTube tutorial for that. Matt, of course, had the brilliant advice of just kiss him. Which, thank you, Matt, very helpful. I'll just go self-destruct now. And then disaster struck, because one night, Ryan was on the phone with someone. And I overheard him say, "Yeah, I like someone." My stomach? Gone. Obviously, my brain assumed the worst. He liked someone else. Game over. Dave, 0. Ryan, Heart Thief Champion of the Year. So I did what any totally normal teenager would do. I started avoiding him, which was hard considering we lived in the same 12 by 12 room, but Ryan noticed. Of course he noticed. He literally cornered me one night and said, "Why are you avoiding me?" my brain, blue screen of death. I blurted out something like, "I'm not avoiding you. I'm just practicing social distancing." Yeah, in 2025. Genius. But then Ryan sat down next to me, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "It's you. The person I like? It's always been you." My soul left the chat. I must have short-circuited because I sat there like a frozen potato until Ryan started laughing and said, "You really didn't know, did you?" "No, Ryan, I did not." So naturally, instead of confessing back like a normal human, I threw a pillow at his face and yelled, "You're the worst!" Classic romance move, right? But then, I finally said it. "I like you too, idiot." And the way his smile lit up? Yeah, I'm done for. Fully, completely done for. And then, don't freak out, but he kissed me. Just a quick one. But it felt like my entire world flipped upside down. In a good way this time. I don't even remember breathing after that. All I know is my nemesis turned roommate turned crush was now something way scarier. My boyfriend. The next morning, Matt nearly choked on his cereal when I told him. He literally screamed, "I called it," in the middle of the cafeteria. And now, living with Ryan is chaos. But it's the good kind of chaos, the kind where pillow fights turn into cuddles and arguments end with kisses. Don't tell him I said that. So yeah, I fell for my roommate, my best friend, my nemesis, all rolled into one. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. If you made it this far, drop a like and subscribe, because trust me, there's more stories like this to come every week.